And so because my dad wasn't able to take the responsibility, I'm like, yo, Mom, how come he wasn't in my life? She said, baby, that's something you got to go ask your father. And so I remember going to ask my dad, and I said, Dad, I ain't going to hold you, man. Like, how come you wasn't in my life? And he said, son, your mom. I said, Dad, don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that. Don't say my mom. But I said, Dad, I get it. Your dad wasn't in your life either. So I can't blame you. I can't blame you. But I just came here as a man to get an answer. Why wasn't you there for me? And when my father said that, I said, man, it makes me go harder for my kids. Because I don't ever want my children going through what I went through. Every single one of my kids, Jamon, Aiden, and Harmony, I was present. Changed their diapers. Made sure I fed them. And to this day, I'm still there. I made that decision, y'all, and I get it. Some of you may not have your dad in your life. Some of you, your auntie may be raising you. You may be living with your grandma. But I'm coming to let you know that your past don't define who you are. Your mistakes don't define who you are. Y'all hear me? Like, that don't define who you are. But I promise you this, there are people in this room and there's people in this world that love you. And one of the things that I had to realize, when people love you, you don't treat them like dirt. And so I had to ask myself some questions. I said, what do I have to do to become a better version of myself, y'all? Everybody know, you all better know who Tupac is. Y'all know Tupac. I'm leaving. We hanging this keynote. I'm gone. You know Tupac? And this is one of the most beautiful quotes I've ever read. He said, ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. Show of hands. Is that true for y'all? Ain't no woman could take my mama's place. Can't no woman cook a chocolate cake like my mama. And that fried chicken, collard greens. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all getting hungry now. I see all the black folk like, yo, hold up, brother. I'm getting hungry here, right? But this is a quote that, like, it's dear to my heart because I understand that no woman can take your mama's place. You get one mama. You get one mother. What are you going to do? Are you going to let her down? Or are you going to leave your mark? You're going to leave your legacy? Because I promise you this, because of the decisions that I'm making now, my mom ain't never going to have to worry about nothing in her life. Because I made a decision. What's your decision? I travel the country, y'all. I ain't never thought I'd travel the country. Ever in my life. Ever. Y'all know what this is? Yeah, and it's Thanksgiving coming up too. And this particular picture right here, I love it. Here's why. Because I remember, y'all, the government would always come to my mom's door and knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. My mom would open up the door with grace, humility, and say, thank you so much. Because we didn't have it. We was on government assistance. Now, if you old school like I am, I know the OGs are gonna know that government cheese take forever to melt. You hold that bad boy up, you like you're like, how come this thing ain't melting? It's unbelievable. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, ay, Dios mío. Right? But what I realized, y'all, is that my mom would take the box and she would go in that pantry and put everything up, and she would start cooking. And my mom was like, she would take nothing and turn it into something, take nothing and turn it into something. And what I realized, y'all, is that we didn't have it. But because she had what she needed, she made the best of it. And I remember, y'all, sitting in the living room. Now, I want y'all to understand this, right? I'm going to be on this one for a little bit. If you old school like I'm old school, you feel me, right? You see what I'm saying, right? And you got the aluminum foil joint, you trying to fix the TV, like, how come this thing ain't working? This is crazy, like, what's going on here? Like, and so I would go and run into the pantry and be like, Mom, the TV ain't working. I'm trying to watch the Cowboys and the Washington Redskins play. My mom would be like, baby, that's your problem. I said, but Mom, we need cable. She said, you got cable money? I said, I ain't got no cable money. She said, go in there and sit down, watch whatever you can watch. And I promise you, I would be running through the house with a Deion Sanders shirt ripped, right? It was so bad, I couldn't even have a football. I didn't even have a football, y'all. I had a Pepsi Cola bottle without the Pepsi Cola wrap, and I'm running through the house like Like, I'm running through the crib. And y'all, I can remember like it was yesterday. I was watching the Deion Sanders play, the Washington Redskins play, and I remember my mom said, William! That's how she called me. Now, I'm telling you, y'all better not talk about my mama. I'm going to get y'all. My mama called me, and I remember one time I ran into the pantry, y'all, and she said, baby, I want to ask you a simple question. I said, yes, ma'am. What is it? She said, what do you see in this cabinet? I said, beans and noodles? She said, boy, don't let me smack you upside your head. I said, what you see in this pantry? I said, beans and noodles. She said, Now, I'm going to ask you one more time where I'm going to hit you upside your head. What do you see in this cabinet? I said, beans and noodles. She said, boy, I'm going to hit you. And then what do you think I responded back? Oh, y'all are good. I sure did. She hit me upside my head. And she said, baby, let me tell you this. What we have is a meal. What we have is the opportunity to eat. Somebody ain't eating today, baby. She said, what you see right now is so many people don't have. It's a blessing. Don't take it for granted.